choke you out your last breath. Couple stars go to war and they be looking for revenge. I'll be the one with the secret, I know how to cheat them. Walls like come bask in the presence of legends, we in effect. Smoking Carolina Reapers, choke you out your last breath. Couple stars go to war and they be looking for revenge. I'll be the one with the secret, I know how to cheat them. Walls like Lucifer, crucify every other rapper before they choose to die. Eulogize, put you in a hearse, you plan for my demise. Private eye, looking at me like he know I did it.
Blessings, 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 blessings. Mbaniriza mwena bali ku STV right about now. You know what time it is. It's the state of the culture, and I would like to straight away give a big shout out to my brother Kasule Daniels, who held it down when I went through a very unfortunate situation a couple of days back. Webale nnyo okuwunzika ekintu n'okikwata n'okituulamu n'okiwunzika. So big up man, big up. And of course we're here for the love, we're here for art's sake, we're here for passion, we're here for the culture. And today nina ebigambo bingi simanyi ngeri ya bijjayo byonna, but I can summarize it in just a few. We are in the presence of greatness, like on another level. Okay, we have Kasule Daniels here, founder of Swahili Nation, Msajja Wakabinyo, of course my brother Baba Luku. Yes, we are here to debate whether that whole Luga Flow conversation, whether you're the founder, the initiator, semantics, industry semantics. Maybe bozy, but good to have you, and also I'd like to appreciate you, for holding fort alongside my brother Ken here, well as away. Then of course, Leronde se emundu emenye. This brother of mine he's a legend on all levels. Musajja wakabi, musajja aludde mu kintu, musajja abaddewo abasinga ndooza mumulaba nnyo ku Bukedde TV. Shwemanyiddwa nga akasengejja. His thought process, his mental capability, engeri gy'alowoozaamu, the way he dissects, all matters art is so authentic. He's so believable that ye muntu asobola ogamba Moses Matovu nti wakoze ensobi, Moses Matovu naddayo na rectifying. That's a huge intro. One more phrase. This guy, way back in 1989, I think I was in 1989. I was in I think P6. This man, yawandika headline mu New Vision, headline ngegamba nti Lutaya has AIDS.
Whoa.
Yes, 1989. This man wrote that headline. He's the owner of that headline. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Joseph Bate. And thank you so much for honoring the invitation.
My pleasure.
We've been discussing this for years, me and you. We've shared off workspace in different places. Nenga tugamba tunokufuna ekintu, tunokuzimba ekintu, ekirungamya, ekizimba, something that offers direction, to the industry. And I'm glad that finally it is happening, and I'm so proud and so excited to share the stage, the camera with people like you.
It's my pleasure also to be here.
Exactly.
Program, the state of culture ku STV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No problem. Yeah. Yes. So today, we want to take a look at how we can benefit from our craft, our skills as creatives, as talented people, as gifted people, as skilled people. Nga singa bayimbi boka, but anybody in the creative space. Omugati. How do we get to break the bread? How do we get, because we're all over the place. Before media houses used to hire strictly journalists, writers and that kind of thing. But nowadays you have rappers on TV, you have singers on TV, you have comedians on TV. You understand? Meaning that we come with a lot of power. We have DJs. Myself, I'm a DJ, but I'm on TV. You understand? So, but how do we commercialize our craft?
Yes.
But before we get to that, on a very sad note, and this is the very reason I actually invited Mr. Joseph Bate, we want to pay a very special tribute to our brother Sammy Kasule. Yes, he's well versed with his history. Actually, when I told him about his passing, young man, I think 2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 days ago, Nali Mbam Studio.
Yes,
so I didn't know about it.
No, you had actually spoken to him.
Yeah, I had spoken to him earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of what
exactly, but those of you who don't know Sammy Kasule, I'll just let Mr. Joseph Bate just take it away. Babulire, who was this gentleman? Let's accord him the respect. Let's remember him in a way that he deserves.
Yeah, exactly,
yes,
exactly.
Sammy Kasule.
Yeah, right now?
Please, take it away.
Fine.
Take it away.
Yeah. Sammy Kasule, yomuku abayimbi, I would say the legends of Uganda's music, one of the pillars of Uganda's music. Naye, it is so unfortunate, although they know the music. They know the music. Sammy Kasule, I remember him coming to my father's studio. My father being the first black to own a recording studio. Mundeba Ao, Bafil Chaiba recording Rayo, Moses Matovu recorded his very first song in my father's studio. Frank Mbali, all those great music. Eli Wamala, he was the producer of Eli Wamala. So Sammy Kasule, somehow they bumped into Philip Chaya. They met. Somehow they met there in the studio, and then I knew him as a good singer. He had a very good voice.
Yes.
Now, yeah, why don't we write to Mumanyo? In 1982, Yaddu came to Uganda.
He went to exile.
He went to exile. Neighboring Kenya.
Yes.
He was born 1952. He loved music. He attended at the age of 11. Then 19, Mengo was like a hub of entertainment at one time. So guys used to go and perform there. There was a Congolese band. Actually, when the Congolese came to Uganda, I think that was 1953. When they came to Uganda, Sibira Mengo. Now, a scandal came about. Until Ba performing Nanga, and they were making noise behind the Bulangi. Now, yeah, behind the Bulangi. And Namakumazina Gebareta, Galiga squeeze. You remember the squeeze Zago. Some guy goes to Parliament.
You know about squeeze?
I try to see it as much as I can.
Yeah, squeeze, you know? So some guy goes to Parliament. Now get a passing a gundi emotion, babani get that dance because people you were dancing with strangers. We were kwata mkazi wo muntu ogenda na yo zingana yo
No munyiganyi.
in Parliament. So Kasule grows up in that whatever. It's very funny. One day bamkwata bamutwala ame headquarters, which is Bulange now.
Yes.
We bamutwala yo bamusanga atambula, idle and disorderly.
Yes.
Bamukwata bamutwala mu Bulange. The guy says, I'm a musician. So the next thing, they take him to Old Kampala police station. Bamusibirayo.
Yes.
Idle and disorderly. Then we bamutaka basanga muyimbi those bamubuzani chiche kiragoli muyimbi. He just took off and went to Kenya as he joins a group called Vundumuna.
Vundumuna.
Yeah. So while with the Vundumuna in Kenya, Akubo Rimba, Mama Fumbia Chitobero.
Yes.
Chitobero. He was in Kenya.
Yes.
So along the way, musicians, the Ugandan musicians have been always looking for greener pastures. including Ken Kasule. Including Ken. Nebaduka, Uganda man, ebyenfunanga bibi. File retire. But Hope Mukasa, they have left for Sweden.
Yes.
But Syndicate, filter, but Syndicate like an SOS, guy, man, Munyambe, so they fundraise an air ticket for Philly retire. But the intention, I think, Hope Mukasa, name Subuga, I think, yeah, Beba Quarter Center Nebazigata. The intention was to create a band in Sweden.
Yes.
So somehow Burundi ali Kenya, Sammy Kasule ali Kenya, alijukira bali balabaganyeko nani ne Philly retire, and then Hope Mukasa. They are all friends, you know the bakulira wamugona. So they go to somehow Philly retire again. Sammy Kasule na joining. There was Richard Mudungu, there's Hope Mukasa, there's Gerald Nadibanga. So they form a band. Jebaita Mitimito.
Wow.
Young trees.
Knowledge.
So they changed the name from Mitimito to Savannah.
Savannah Band.
Yeah, Savannah Band.
Yes.
So Philly retire, what Sammy Kasule does is the Ayamba Philly retire in recording of Born in Africa. Born in Africa.
Born in Africa.
The entire album. He actually sang backup vocals.
Wow.
Gerald Nadibanga did. Philly retire played bass. Gerald Nadibanga percussions. Na programming.
Yes.
And then somehow, of course,
yes, exactly.
Kati Sammy Kasule Savannah bwe sasika Hope Mukasa akomyewo buli omu akuteririe akola band gye beta Makonde.
Makonde Band. Very familiar.
Yeah, very familiar.
Yes,
Makonde
very
where I played So Bwavaawo after 40 years akomawo mu Uganda. Bakomawo mu Uganda. I think it was, he had spent like 40 years akomawo mu Uganda to settle down.
40 years.
40 years out of this country.
Wow.
Actually,
I last met him in 2017.
Yeah.
At Masters Music. The time I was at Masters Music. He came with Frank Mbalire.
With Frank Mbalire.
Yes.
They've always been very close.
Very close.
Yeah.
Yes.
Close.
Please continue.
Kati akomawo, I think the intention was to settle down and akoye bweru 40 years dissolving a band out of the blue.
Yes.
So they were supposed to go to the US and perform. Na ina dissolving a Makonde naga bakanzire yo. Na endo zagendo okudda nga he had a problem with the heart. Era ndoza kwe kwa
heart condition.
Yeah, the heart condition. Era mutima gubale ku pesset or something like that. I know kubeera ugundi kati mberi anda lyaweddemu.
Oh dear.
I had to go back to Sweden. Nendoza nga alina okuyita wa Amsterdam. Alyoka okagende Sweden. Ndoza alina obutuuzi obwa Sweden. I think so. He had citizenship. Nga eri bajja mujjanjabira bwereere wano. They failed. So Nabangaya yabadde mukowu, so he could not make it to Sweden.
So
it's
very
but
sad.
what I know about him, he's the first guitarist when Alaba are playing a 5-string bass guitar.
5-string bass guitar.
Yeah, and he's the first bass guitarist I would.
Yeah. Bass guitars it was a million.
These are 4 strings.
Yes, 4 strings. Yes.
4 strings. Namulaba akuba ya 5. Na progressing na akuba ya 6 strings. Now 6 strings meant nti tasobola kutambula asobola obikubira byonna mu kifo kimu kubanga notes ezawagulu zonna ziri wamu bobanga wires ziri mukaaga yali akuba guitar ya bass ya wires mukaaga nga tewali wano mulala akikola. The other thing it's very unique about him was playing the bass guitar while singing.
Yeah.
One I know very few. I know a guy called Jumba. He's with a Blue Note band, the Badia Makindi.
Yes.
I know a girl called Flavia. The best guitarist called Flavia. Abasolo Chukola. And another guy called Ronnie. About 3 or 4. You just count them on your finger. Abasolo Kuba bass guitar while singing at the same time. That was him. But the other outstanding thing about him that not only was he a songwriter, a very good songwriter, yalina edobozi nga dungi.
Yeah.
Edobozi very smooth tenor nga chakola. You know, he taught me something. The mistake that our producers wano chebakola nga baba yimba. Omuntu agenda naimba note. Nava mu note eyo mu coordinate patrick kale nagenda awalala nagenda ko mu note endala naye gwe wa bass no sigalayo ate ngo olina ogenda muno nayo. So he was very passionate about the instrument, the bass guitar instrument, and I felt so sad. I feel empty that one by one bagenda batugwako.
Sad.
Yeah.
You know what hurts me the most? It's single kuno Babaluku, you're an archivist of sorts. We should have this knowledge, this literature captured somewhere. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, the essence is that from the foundational beginning, like we shared earlier in the show, it's been tough to have a platform where the great among us are celebrated, because the conception of the art structure in Uganda never set up a standard for a generation to come. So you see that brothers like, you know, him were very powerful. They traveled the world. When you go and Google and learn about him, he did so many things in Kenya, so many things in Sweden, you know, but all of that you can self-learn, but you cannot walk around his own hometown and find a memorabilia of some sort, or even go to the museum and find that being honored as a contribution to society. And so I feel like, you know, that's why this show exists.
Exactly.
Can we make these things right?
Yeah, we should make these things very right, but the structures, you talked about the structures, and that's why the problem is. The structures have not always been in place in the country, and it all starts with government, okay? You are studying music up to Makerere University. This is what they are going to tell you. Also much in the MDD. Musiru, dala. You are stupid, because they expect you to go and study to become a lawyer, to study to become an engineer, a doctor, a nurse. That's what they expect. That's the colonial mentality, or wherever it came from. Chitusigademu. So Ogama tikangende so many music in collaborating, but they don't know. Tibamanyi music is so powerful. It can bring in a lot of entertainment. You know, it's a so structures as a government is tadeo. So we have all this mess. We have the mess. You know, to why the world. These guys came, they laid the foundation. Boba laying a foundation, and then there was the internal abantu ne badduka bakenyi ne badduka ebintu bibye ne badduka economy ne badduka ne bagenda the structures when people want this not together omululu
just I feel so bad for my brothers like Ken and Charlie King at the height of their fame, Swahili Nation. They would release a single like in January 2021, but would get it in January 2022. Like, that's how bad it was. And Chindumanyonti at that time, and so much has gone down the drain, and that's why I'm so emphatic on Baba. We need to have these things documented deliberately, you know, for the people that we're going to pass, you know, the mantle on. Bamanyeje chivude neje chiraga. You understand? So just to go ogenda kumulama for Luarero.
Before you go, first of all, this guy is very passionate about this industry. Super passionate about this industry. And we need more people like Bush that can really, because you talked about the structures. These structures are only going to come into place when we have guys like this who can basically bring about different people to have this conversation and create the space. But there's something I wanted to remind you is that did you know that Gerard Nadibanga yakube ngoma enganda ku kumpenzi, our song?
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
It's a small world.
Guys, it's very
yes.
It's very good.
Where is this Gerard?
He's in Sweden.
He's in Sweden.
Oh my goodness, this guy is amazing. So what happened is that the intro of the song, it started, they wanted something in there. And we're trying to figure out, and I was like, why don't we get a percussionist? So they brought in a white percussionist, and he did his white thing. Da, 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 da. And we were like, me and Charlie looked at each other, we're like, nah, this is not it. So we called Jared, Nadibanga, and that man came, Nadite Momenganda, Nazi placing, and he started playing. Everybody came out from the studio to watch what this guy was doing. It was just that amazing.
Which version was this? Because you had several remixes. You had
Yes.
like over 10. I remember over 10 remixes.
That's back in the days when you did like
by now
a single had like 10
versions. Album.
Yeah, this was the Marvin Gaye mix.
Oh yes, the sexual healing.
Yeah, the sexual healing,
yes,
whatever.
Sampler.
So in the intro, if you listen carefully,
Wow.
But underneath,
yes.
And that was Jared Nadibanga. That's how powerful
nice.
those guys were. They were amazing musicians. And when I heard him talking about Sam Kasule, I could feel the passion, in the way you were saying it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just love this. In case you're just joining us, Twega Tako, you're watching the State of the Culture right here on STV. Of course, tubeerayo buli lwakutaano ku ssaawa 10 tuli wano kulungamya kuyigiriza. We're not here to incite or to create beef oba kusasamaza. No, we're here to share knowledge, to mentor, to guide, and basically see how we can advance the movement of art. Tulabe nti abazzukulu betuzadde abamu tuli bazadde kati bakifunamu okusingako naffe engeri gye tukifunyeemu. So omulamu gwaffe leero, Mr. Joseph, but I'll give you the honor. Tukoze tutya okuva ku mbeera ya emmere ya leero tulinye ku mmere ya leero, you understand, as creatives ekitwonoonye emmere ya leero, how can we go beyond, beyond just nti ninayo show, waliyo embuutikizi, waliyo embuutu, waliyo simanyi ekiduula, waliyo enkuuka, those annual calendar events that people specifically create music targeting those ebivulu ngenda kubayo single enkuuka weenejjira ejja kubeera ku roster. You understand? What can you in your mental space olowooza tukoze tutya okuva ku mmere ya leero tufune omugaati ogutegerekeka era naawe atulaba kati ng'oli eyo obanga onayagala to contribute bajja baterawo ennamba z'essimu ez'okubaawo. We need contributions. Just let's guide each other. Let's share. Tukoze tutya okuva ku mmere ya leero tufune omugaati ogutegerekeka. Yes, Mr.
My own opinion, it has to start with the head. The head, I mean government.
Okay.
Yeah. The government, name it of course, on mass. Now, government is not take structures in place. Okay? People study music at Makerere University. I've been to the US and Berkeley School of Music.
Yeah.
Famous.
Balina Studios in Mecca. Just go there, you'll be amazed. On anything. Oyagala kuiga mastering, oyagala kuiga kuandika, Balina Studios. More than 10 studios. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
But in more than 10 studios, okay? And the studios, Basumesa, our Makerere University or any other whatever university, Tulina, Abasomesa Music, how do they have even a single recording studio? Kati, what are they going to teach?
Wow.
A whole government, a whole government institution
at that policy level, yes.
They don't have even a recording studio at Makerere University. Where is it? So, you are touching music. Okay, what type of music? Okay, music is not all about kuyimba koka, recording artists, recording engineers, mixing engineers, but where are the structures? Tidako structures. Okay? But musicians, they record and release their works. Are they protected? Bafunida wa. tebalina we bafunira because the structures are not there. Olina agenda ayingira mu nabbo oluyimba lw'omuntu babba oluyimba lw'omuntu tolina gy'ogenda complaininga bakubbye gamba mwana ayo osirika busirisa ekyo bibeerawo kyo budde it is a man eat man society bintu bya kimafia. Okay, so how are you going to benefit from your music? Kati gwe ng'omuyimbi nawe totulaawo obeezi ng'oyimba buyimbi kwasama bwasani olowooza nti nyimba nga tomanyi gundi bwelina kubeera. Ken Kayongo, Babaluku, Babadem industry, they know how things work. So they should share with us the knowledge. In order to have a good industry,
somebody else will argue that twekwasanya government, we overblame the government. Government etuyambe. For us the stakeholders, tweberera mututya. I'll throw this at Baba. Because we can blame the government, and governments will come and go. But then so what?
So there's generational inheritance. We've inherited a system that from the colonialistic approach to our education has been designed to keep us in a low frequency of benefiting from our gifts, our talents, and who we are as our identity. Kati ogenda olaba nti okuva bakolonialist lwe bajja mu Uganda, system yaffe tekyuse nnyo, bantu be bakyuse. Ne bw'olaba music yono oyinza ogamba gavumenti bantu naye era systematically mu education waliwo kye baateekamu nga kirina okusuppressinga art. Kati ffe tuzze ebintu ebyo tetubitegeera oba tetubicounteringa, so we cannot even viably talk value when it comes to what we can contribute, because bw'okula mu ssomero nga bagambye musiru ddala ddala emyaka emeka egyo gy'omaze ng'owulira MDD musiru ddala ddala oba nti bw'obeera mu arts nti ebbanga ly'omazeemu era gwe weerabanga atalina magezi gwe naawe nga weerabanga atalina ki ebyokusoma biganye katugende mu kino kwegamba arts alinga kiddukiro nti eri biremye kankane okitegeera ekintu ekyo kitudde nnyo ku psyche yaffe ate zino emboozi abantu abali mu industry ze bataagala kuba nazo kuba bwe tunaaba tunaavumula ekirwadde tulina okutandikira obwongo buno gye bwakikola ki gye bwakijja. So mu contributing anti ways forward it's really choosing intentionally to revisit where we started from.
Exactly.
We have to revisit. And also the word honor comes in. When we revisit, we have to recollect the memories of inspiration. Of how do I get to know about music? What was my first song? Who was singing it? Whether I was in church, whether I was in secular industry, wherever I was, or whether I was in the army, zebayimba ku front line. Tyolenza okuba yawulira kibonge nga Museveni ayigira naga naye nja kukuba kibonge. So the idea nti tusobola okuddayo ku nnono ne tujja nga twambuka. Omanyi kati abafiri kati tulwana nakyo memory replacement. Okugaininga memory yaffe ey'ebyobugagga byaffe tubyeddize. We need to bring that back gye tuli. Oba tuli bayimbi, oba tuli bakubi ba ngoma, oba tuli bagezi ba ngero, oba tukuba bitontome, yonna gye tuli. Oba tuli bagoma bugoma, tebereze ngoma zaffe. Omuzungu ajja kuva eri, ajja azisomeko, azikoleko ebitabo, adde yakola $1 billion benefiting company, naye ng'omugoma wa wano ye akyakola ki? Akyakuba bukubi agaba eno bagiyita nankasa eva mu Buganda.
Nokolamu samples n'atunda sample pack. Atunda sample pack abagera ne mugula ate ebyava wano. Nimugula obunyonyi, nimugula bupapassions, jajjawo n'ebundi byakuba enakaseta. Byakubira enakaseta. Omuzungu yajja ne kalikoda katono bwati n'abitwala n'akola mu sample pack, n'agimarketinga n'agitunda. That's why I respect njikiraganya ne Babaluku. Bano bagayi bali ba Swahili Nation. They were in Sweden. Naye beeyita Swahili Nation. Owulidde? Ne beeyita erinnya eryaffe ery'ekiddugavu ne bakuba oluyimba ne baluyimba ne bateekamu ebigambo bya Luswahili. Truth to their roots. Kati ekimu okudda mu gundi yo yeffe bannamawulire We have killed this industry. We are killing this industry.
Yes.
Tuta industry eno lwa butamanya bwaffe. Tetwagala kumanya. Owulidde tuli kugundi wategedde gundi yafunye olubuto undi yazadde tuli mu bya lugambo. But the real issue esobola okuyamba industry ntugamba banna omuyimbi teyandikoze bwati yandikoze bwati omuyimbi tewandirwanye wano wandikoze boti ni boti okuyambako industry eno okukula. Okay, we have played a different role altogether. Kwonona bwononye okwono tetulicognizinga. Awulidde okulicognizinga nogamba nti mu Africa abo bakadde. You a journalist munnamawulire eyasoma oba omanye ebyamawulire n'olyokugamba mbu Baafrika bakuba kikadde kubanga bakadde. You don't see the value gy'abadde ayogerako. You don't see it. Gwolaba ku kino kipya kikuba okitte mu mpaleyo mulimu ki mulimu ki. That's what they're saying about.
So it's called propagating mediocrity.
Mediocrity. Tuli mu mediocrity. Wekomenti ate mwana kino zeziriko mu mpaleyo n'owuliriza olima mu mpaleyo mulimu ki mwana yakubye ekidongo. Mwana yakubye ekidongo. N'obuuza owuliriza limba mu mpaleyo mulimu ki musikati yo mulimu ki. Kiki olaba kiki kyagala okumanya.
Ken.
We just stupid.
Let me skip this. I'm loving this conversation. Please, you can talk to us. I'll request the producer to drop the numbers below the line. Tukoze tutya okuva ku mmere ya leero ng'abantu abali mu creative arts, creative industry. Tulabe nti tufunamu ekyomugaso ekisingako, based on what we are currently feeding off the craft. Assuming, okay, we have stars by local standards.
Yes.
We have our own superstars and stars.
Close
like
by local
exactly,
standards.
Yes. Celebrities, so to speak, famous people, so to speak. How can these people diversify their star power? You understand? Their celebrity power.
Yes.
Beyond the microphone. The conversation today is beyond the microphone.
Yes.
How can these people become someone who's well traveled? You've been under label management.
Yeah.
You've interfaced with so many, huge recording names globally.
Yeah.
How does one translate star power or celebrity power into something else other than just assuming I lost my voice today?
Yeah.
How do I stay relevant?
Exactly.
Right now I'm walking on crutches because I got a situation.
Yes.
What if I become permanently impaired?
Yes.
How do I survive beyond this situation?
Yes. I think one of the things that is important to now start looking at in our industry. Yesterday, Nawadenjo Gani Mwala Wange, and she's an amazing singer. But then we were looking at different other things she could do. So she was looking at courses. Tosoma acting, because that's something that could come somewhere down the line, and you might want to, because if you look at the industry in America, okay, every single artist has got a side hustle, whether they are acting, and we know those guys. We know the Will Smiths, we know the LL Cool J's, we know even Beyonce has had to go into acting. So diversifying your art, your entertainment value is super important. And I think that's a partnership that we can do with different media houses, different acting spaces, different, because look at it. What artists were never in the 90s.
Yeah.
Where are they today?
No.
You can go down the list. They did a song, it was a hit song, and then all of a sudden they've disappeared.
They've disappeared, yes.
There's no diversification of their entertainment value. Because you're told, they framed your perception of what entertainment was by telling you nti bw'osoma bw'ogenda ku university n'osoma musiru ddala ddala n'osoma MDD n'osoma MDD obanga atasomye, obanga wasting the time, almost like your family does not even want to celebrate you. So we have to take away this perpetuation of the mediocrity of the society that we're in today, that tells us in order for you to be valuable, or inokube or imanga mwabatiro you get decoro. Those kind of songs that are oppressive in a way, you know, that do not have bigger meaning. To diversify our industry, we have to look at different things. We're diversifying.
Exactly.
You know, we're talking to you. You know, instead of being in the studio, we're looking for different ways to make that bread. Because at the end of the day, your baby at home, your wife at home, doesn't care how to bring that bread, but you need to bring the bread home one way or the other. So we have to expand the industry so that people have different ways of making money. Whether it is going into advertising, whether it is doing sponsorship deals, acting, you know, there's different things that we can do. But also, one of the things a lot of artists are doing, and I'm not so much against it, you know, getting into the politics, but at the same time, as an artist, we're getting into politics.
Yeah.
What do you do in return for the industry that
the platform that has elevated you to become what
exactly.
You are.
What are you doing for this art industry? Do you just get lost in that whole, you know, soup kitchen or
super? We're gonna take a short break, in case you just tuning in. Now this is the state of the culture. I go by the names of DJ Bush Baby. I'm here with Kasule Daniels, Baba Luku, and Mr. Joseph Bate. We would love obviously to hear from you. And of course, when we come back, ngatumaze okunywayo ku mazzi. Nja kusaba Baba Luku ne Mr. Bate just to ponder over this. We have a situation we're currently going through, which is vanity. We glorify vanity.
Yes.
I want us to authentically discuss wealth. We've heard nti wali abayimbi abagagga e Uganda nti waliwona ena hotero ono yaguze mmeri ono yaguze simanyi biki. As the media, Joseph Bata, I want you to weigh in there, weigh in on that. Baba, I would like your thought process also on that. How do we make this conversation authentic for the young people around and have a fresh kid? Actually, these things are there. You understand? Just in Tigundi yaguze riato. What's the plan? Okay? We're coming back. This is the state of the culture.
STV, select for fun.
Are you ready for the fun, adventure, and games? Do not forget to tune in to STV every Sunday, not to miss out on the Smart Kids episode.
My name is Professor Maggie Chikozi. Keep watching STV, select for fun.
STV, select for fun.
Come bask in the presence of legends, we in effect. Smoking Carolina Reapers, choke you out your last breath. Couple stars go to war and they be looking for revenge. I'll be the one with the secret, I know how to cheat death. Wars like Lucifer, crucify every other rapper before they choose to die. Eulogize, put you in a hearse, you plan for my demise. Private eye, looking at me like he know I did it.
In the craft, Kasule Daniels, Baba Luku, and the legendary Mr. Joseph Bate. Before we went for that short break, I wanted you guys to weigh in on authentic wealth creation. We have tabloids. You normally wake up and you see a headline in Gundi, yazimbye simanyi kalina, Gundi yaguze hammer. Gundi yasimanya yakoze biki ono yaguze digi ono simanya ina biki. how can we authenticate these things and give hope to the young guys that we intend, to pass the mantle on to kusasamaza? You understand?
Yeah. Okay, fine. Media, first of all, njagala kutandika I'm a journalist and I nkola ku radio, nkola ku TV, nkola chi. But I took it upon myself nkola ka studio akange. My own studio. Nga chenjagala kwe kumanya. Kubanga tosobola kusasinga mulimu gwo nga tomanyi. Same goes with music. Amagezi gempa abayimbi, for example, in order for them to sustain their art or whatever, let them invest in themselves. Tosobola kungamba nti oli muyimbi nga oflatinga. Nga tosobola na kumanya kinti nyimbi ankubide si egenda bweti do eri bweti oba atwano re eri bweti nga tosobola olina ebizibu bingi oli muyimbi olina eddobozi yes fine naye olina ebizibu bingi kubanga tomanyi. So the first thing, in order to create this question, manya tewali kitutawanya bush baby nga butamanya. So if you're a musician, if you're a musician, but you're a singer. By the way, twawule to be twawule musician
and the singer. Yes.
Tubawule kuba musician, I can play an instrument. I play the guitar. Nyinzo butayimba nene playing a guitar. Yes, I'm a musician. Kubanga solo playing. Nego oli muyimbi biyimbi. Enyimbo zwandikira mu guntu tosobola towayiwadde budde bugamba nti kampandike. Kino kikola bwe kitumi manya engeri gyolina okubaamu omuyimbi omulungi alina kukola atya. Yigayo an instrument. The best advice I would give to a musician, omuyimbi yenna gwe amagezi gembamuwa nti yiga ekivuga.
Yes.
Kubanga bonna bomanyi okuyiga ekivuga bwoba omanyi okuba ojja kwewandikira oluyimba olulungi kubanga omanyi code progression nti oluyimba lutambula bwe luti mu codes bwezi owulidde. Kati naawe bw'ona agenda mu studio onaaba omanyi ky'oyagala kubanga weeteekamu wayagala okumanya. So ne bannamawulire tosobola kwogera ku music nga tomanyi tolina experience eyo ya music theory, at least theory yayo. Oyina ogamba nti ayimbye scale bweti octave esooka n'agenda mu octave ey'okubiri n'ekigambo octave nga tokitegeera nga tokimanyi.
Yes.
Nti ategeeza octave manji do re mi fa sol la ti do do re mi fa sol la ti do yakubiri naye njogedde octave tokimanyi gw'oli ku kimu kyokka. Rema yafunye olubuto ate gundi yamukyaye ate gundi twategedde ate bino balwanye you know that is cheap, that is mediocre.
Exactly.
Kati tuve mu mediocrity tukole ki tuyige bwe tuyiga in the music there's no shortcut.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Babaluku, let's keep it real. I want us to dissect authenticating wealth. For example, I love Shiba. A former karaoke dancer to become what she's become today. I think she's arguably, in my view, one of the most hardworking female entertainers we have. You understand? I question her skill and talent, but I love her drive.
She hustles.
So Mpulidante yagula eryato. She's into merchandise. She's into commercialized social responsibility initiatives, the conversations to do with the girl child and all that.
Babaluku,
but Babaluku, how can we have these things captured and authentic? Just just.
No,
you understand? If Shiba can do that, from just being a dancer to, she fought her way and she's just an example. I'm just giving her as an example.
Yeah, and it's a good case.
How can we make it believable?
Yeah, it's a good case study to use people who've grown up in your neighborhood and how they are.
Assuming Uganda had a Forbes list ey'abagagga emanyidwa nti gundi ye mugagga nga figures kweziri, there's evidence si byakubaganya just.
Gari olaba tuvudde mu era oba industry eno gye entertainment industry nga platform gyezimbiddwako nti okulaga obugagga bw'omuntu kivalidatinga stature ye ate nga teki influencing community gy'akola ki gy'alimu. Okitegeera awo tuli mu reverse. Obugagga before ffe nga tukula bwabeeranga nti buvudde mu community yaffe ne bujja nga bupresentinga ababuyimiriramu. So tebwavanga eri ne buleka ebbanga ki emabega. Lwaki mpadde analogy ako nti tukulidde mu community nti ne bw'ogamba nti obugagga kitegeeza ki? Kyekibuuzo ekisooka eri omuntu agamba nti obugagga. Obugagga abaana abasinga bwe balaba emmotoka, oli aguza akayumba, oli ne batamanya nti ate omugagga tabeesinga wealthy ye. Tugamba omanyi waliwo okubeera rich n'okubeera wealthy. Owulidde? Kati ffe mu Africa tetunnayogera na ku wealth. Owulidde? Tuli mu mboozi eyogera ku rich. Who's the rich artist? Naye bw'oweebuuza nti ba artist bano bonna nga twagala obbawa credit nti bali rich. Tubawa tutya credit nti bali rich nga tewali industry. Bo gye bataddemu ssente ate kuyamba community yaabwe kula. Eyo emboozi ekaluba. Kuba nze ng'omugagga nga ndi miziki nga nakikwata mpulira ndi bifeekeera kiŋŋaana ky'okuwa ssente mu industry yange neekula nti ssente nkola ki? Nina abagagga bonna abali mu field ez'enjawulo bw'aba engineer akola factory ennene eziva kuno paka wa paka eri ng'omuyimbi omugagga factory ezo ziriwo ez'abayimbi z'okoze ki? Naawe tulage ku eka z'okubye ogambe nti owa kino kyekintu mwe tukoledde ssente zino tulina okulaba nga buli akiyingiramu naye ayiga okukola ki? Okuzikola atuuke gy'alina okukola ki? Olaba nti mode eyo teriiwo era twagedde ku system. Bwe tuteesimba mu ndowooza ng'ezo kati nze kiba okugamba nti mu Uganda tulina artist omugagga yejjeyo bw'aba waali ate ebikolwa bye twagala si bintu. Kuba tujja bw'ona atunuulira ebintu bajja kulimba nnyo kuba waliwo ali mu by'omulala agamba bibye. N'olw'ensonga eyo ffe twagala bikolwa ogambe twakola ssente campaign yali gundi bwe twazikwata twagenda ku kyalo ky'egundi ne tusimbawo ekintu ky'abatuuze bategeerere ddala nti tutuuse. Then we haven't arrived as an industry and you want us to talk about rich artists in Uganda. What is that?
Can you operated in a commercialized industry? How is the paper trail? How does URA, in terms of Balupa, how does URA know that Chameleon is worth this? How does URA know that Nat Nathan over Cindy over Lina Nimbabazi, Jamie Soro Jasasula, like how does that work? Developed industries.
Well, in the developed
how do we keep trail of the paper?
Yeah, in the developed industries, you have actual organizations that you have the collecting agencies, you have the publishing companies, you have the so you have your royalties that come. And they're able to see that, Ken or Yimba royalties as Zeza yafunye dollars $10,000, so.
And there's evidence. The numbers are there.
The numbers are there, and they're able to whatever.
So the structures are there.
Yeah, the structures are there. There's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. Because today I could be rich and tomorrow I'm broke. But when I'm wealthy, I mean, it happens a lot. I've seen some of the artists in the States that have just passed away, like DMX, they've almost died in poverty because they didn't plan well. Bovine structures. There's also a personal aspect to it. Exactly. How am I planning for my future? What am I investing in? Do I have any stocks? Have I done this and that and that and that? So there is that mediocrity of thinking that, but what does that mean? A car loses value as soon as you buy it. As soon as it leaves sphere motors, it's lost value. But what you because it's lost value. It does not appreciate, it depreciates. There are things that appreciate in our society, and that is land and other things, But artists, do we have rich artists in Uganda? That is a dicey conversation.
Yes.
Because I don't know who is rich. I don't know how to gauge them. Because I sit here and I still get royalties from Penzi.
Yes.
I know that every 6 months, but you have to Wayoka check. All Romania, or Uganda. I don't know how many Ugandans have songs that actually are getting that royalty check every single month. You talked about Sheba. You know, I appreciate what she has done, but you know, a quick story. We went to Atlanta. Nitu meeting an old R&B artist, Kubaita Kid Sweat. Yeah, and he invited us to his house. Nitu genda kunyumba ya Kid Sweat. Nenganze mulindo was Kid Sweat ya guamuda. What can Kid Sweat have?
Yes.
You know, I mean, that was like a long time ago. I have not seen him perform or do anything big. My goodness, to go to kunyumba ya musajja. $1 million home. Man, this guy still has a home like this. Ferrari is parking there, Lamborghini is parking there. So then you think, oh, okay, the structures are there.
The structure.
That means Kid Sweat every single month or every single year. Check it. That money is there. So is Kid Sweat rich? Yes, and it's sustainable because he has actual songs that he wrote that his name is on. They don't know whether they
give away.
Yeah, they give away. They don't know whether exactly.
Yes.
By the way, Nyimba, the songs that you have written, that is part of your own value. Yeah. You know, when Michael Jackson, again after advice from Gundi, Paul McCartney. Yabuza Paul McCartney, man, I've made all this money. What do you think I should invest in? Paul McCartney told him, you should invest in publishing. Publishing, that's where the money is.
Publishing,
is owned by Michael Jackson. Wow. You know, advised by Paul McCartney.
We're running out of time, but before I flip the conversation, Babanuku and Joseph, I want you to weigh in on this. The kind of people we surround ourselves with, what does that say about us? There are two circles, the circle of concern, and then the circle of influence. What does that has to do with you becoming wealthy or, you know, achieving your purpose? Your financial goals, and you know, in that line basically.
Yeah, but abantu abo
bagala n'ebikosi
abaganda bagamba nti mbulira bw'otambula naye nkubulire kitwolyo banga. So it's a very, very right proverb until now you get amazima. The people you surround yourself with sometimes determine who you are. Bwe bwaba banywa enjaga nawe ogenda kunywa enjaga kijja kukubirayo. Onywa enjaga mwana nsema bonna nga bwe batebagira balaba muntu nenga look at the people abasurrounding oyo omuntu omanye kyekyali otegera. I've seen one very clever artist ali very tayogera bigambo bingi. It's called Geoffrey Rutaya. Now, Geoffrey Rutaya is one of those business musicians and so forth. We are taking anti asobola kugenda mu parliament. You know what he did? Mutabani we yali atula S4 naye n'agenda atula S4 kubanga teyagisoma. Okay? Kenya yogeddeko ku investinga nti bwofuna akasente. I think answers your question. Nti bwoba omuyimbi COVID-19 atuyigiriza. Toyinza okwesiba ku byokuyimba byokka ne government negamba tewali ku performing. So what are you going to do?
Exactly.
Baako n'ekintu kyokola ebbali. Rutaya yali Sweden. Akola music. Naye nga ali mu factory ya Volvo.
Volvo.
Mwe yali akola. Bweno akuba emiziki naye alina wajja ki. Yeah, he was working.
Yeah.
Okay? Bwano talina kye yaleka. He never left a piece of land. Teyaleka na nju. But he did one thing. Ken kyayogeddeko ne Babaluku kyayogeddeko. Nti music wo yawandika yatulekera music gwe tukuba gwe tukola tutya. He would be very rich abaana abandi badde n'abagagga nnyo because he invested in that. Kati baako ne kyoinvestingamu oba business oba kiki kyoteeka ebbali osobola okukolamu ki osobola okukolamu ku ssente. That's what it is. Yeah.
Let me flip the conversation and dive into something that is currently trending. Mukwano gwaffe muganda waffe jjajja waffe Alex Mukulu, rather than hated in equal measure, he's currently part of a cast on one of the biggest local talent reality shows called let's say he was on TV recently, and I think he made some really blatant comments about one of the contestants. And the reason I'm bringing this up again, ngojje ku bantu be abakwetoolodde, branding, positioning, presentation was Alex out of context? Was he spot on? Okay, from experience, I know he was making good TV. I'm a TV producer. I'm a filmmaker. I like people like that. Television is about conflict. It's about tension. So it's a chinkolera. Ne omuntu wa wansi omunyonyola otya nti ekintu Alex mukulu kyeyogedde ba kye yakoze. Olina kitegeera mu ngeri bweti.
N'ekitiibwa kyonna n'okwagala eri mukulu Alex mukulu okuwabula n'amagezi bwe bijja ng'ate kwegamba bigunjula okusukka oluusi biyinza okumenya olina okirowooza bwotyo biyinza okumenya kaakati ate n'ekirala Mukama bw'abanga ffe yatuwa ebitone nga naawe ojjukira wayambala ku siripa naawe ojjukira wakuba ku mpale y'ebiraka naawe wawunyako okiwulidde obeeramu n'akalekerero okutunuulira omuntu gy'avudde mu kujja okwolesa ekitone kyange nange nina gye nkoze eki gye nvudde mubadde lugendo
nawe wakola ki
nange nina gye nvudde mubadde lugendo owulidde
wakolako ki
wawunyako ate olaba bwe nali nakadde Uganda nakola oluyimba nga baluyita ajjukira obuto nengenda mu bakyali bange babeerangawo ku Mutaasa Kafeero wumula Mirembe Momo nembakubiramu nakava Canada maze emyaka 12 sibalaba naye mbalaga ebijjukizo by'obulamu bwe tukola ki naye oluyimba luli lwalimu nti mu buto twavuganga eggaali owulidde kale gwatamanyi gaali naye weebuuzire kitundu kimu wakulira otifuna naye baali awo bonna bavubuka bonna bakuzeemu banyirira bawunya bulungi basappe n'obasanga nga beesongamu nti gwojjukira ekintu ekyo ateegaana so abavubuka bambi bano nze era bwe nabalabye nga bali mu kifo ekyo nagambye nti ye omukulu kale oyinza okuba oyogedde mazima naye at least wandibatadde ku bbali obazzeemu amaanyi kuba osanga gye bavudde okufuna confidence okutuuka awo era tebibabeeredde byangu naye Mukama omuwato waakoze eki wagutadde era babadde balina okukuba evumbi eryo bayitewo
naye bagaluka akyogedde kati nze Alex mukulu mumanyi ate mmanyi n'ensonga lwaki yakoze kye yakoze Alex mukulu ali controversial obulamu bwe bwonna Alex mukulu yali mu bandi gye bayita Nile nga yayimbako ne File Lutaya naye ebyokuyimba bye teyabitwala oluyimba lwo olw'amaanyi ziri ennyimba bbiri Bannakampala n'olulala baluyita
Makubanja simanyi
n'olwo baba alina oluyimba kati Guy yagenda ye drama yamutwala kati theatre yamutwala theatre yamugira nnyo nnyo kati Guy ayagala nnyo obutaala ayagala nnyo spotlight and he's very clever with it. He's very clever with that. He's very smart. And very smart. But baloza kyamu smart yali mu muzannyo era munaba mu panchi ze now everybody is talking about it because that's what he is. 30 years of banana zimanyi bichi emizannyo gyonna kati ye agamba wano ntheatre wano mpunirawa wa erinnya
yes baba
ndowooza ge magezi getugamba gali mu MDD
yafuukira damusiru ddala
omanyi bunafuna ka video yako my brother ya campaign and it's so funny because I didn't open it. I opened it at 3 in the morning because I couldn't sleep, and then I just literally started laughing. And after I laughed, I went back and looked at it again, and I thought to myself that there is an underlying story under this whole thing, you know.
Yeah, there is.
What is our industry? Who are the gatekeepers? how do we allow people in? What do we subject them to before we allow them to stand on that platform? And there are things that we have had to go through. I took a guy in Sweden, Luther Martin Chintu.
Yes.
That guy,
an amazing singer.
Yes, an amazing singer. Yes. When I first met him, that guy, I heard the voice.
Yeah.
Whoa, this guy's an amazing singer.
Yes.
Era now kubiranga masimu Sweden, but the guy again ali na anonye simu now kubire simu nanga ken mpunya ticket nzije nemuleta and
wuzika
so ne Martin yaja with everything negative nga okunya okola chi byonna yagenda byo
Sweden
byonna era ku airport ba immigration delega ugayite it always but you know, at the end of the day namutwa ku studio your guy gobaita Anders Bagge, who was an amazingly big producer. And you know what, I saw a difference between the way white people look at us and the way we look at ourselves.
Yes.
You know, this guy looked beyond,
as we wrap it up,
beyond beyond all that, and he heard his voice. And that's where the conversation ended.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly. But look, you'll agree with me that tosobola kufuna mugati ngo unya. Yadde yes montandi kwa wewe unya nenga tosobola kufuna mugati chicho. I'll leave that. As we wind up, I just want to play an audio. That is our producer. Technology happened. So Kaliku WhatsApp is from my brother Ruchi, one of the founders, Limit X.
Yeah, Limit X, Ruchi Bagari.
He actually sent an audio across different platforms that have to do with art. Ngayogera kuchokwe gata, unity, coming together. I think the whole thing came from the Alex Mukulu situation, although he didn't, blatantly put it out there. But I like the fact that yagude mugapu zange kumanga zinamuganye eti it's a very interesting message. Yeah, so you join the movement. So allow me play this audio. I hope ngenda kakola abaswahili bagamba kienyeji. I'm going to do it kienyeji. Eh? Kienyeji, it won't?
They're playing.
Oh, you're playing it? Okay, let's have it. It's not okay. Let's do it the kienyeji way. My Swahili people call it kienyeji. Just increase my microphone probably. I'll use.
I hope everyone here is doing good. Amanya, Dr. Isaac Ruchi. Nimsajja anyumirwa industry ya feno. Ajirumirwa. Ajagala ennyo. And tumaze emyaka mingi nga tugiterawo omubiri naye nga ku ssaawa ya leero waliwo bingi ebitambula nga tebinyuma tebiwa maanyi naye ng'era nze ndowooza nti olunaku lw'eggulo twabatega board meeting kati mbabbira ku bibuuzo nga tetunavaayo kukola position publicly. Mu bye twateesezza byonna mwabaddemu ekikulu ennyo kye twateesezza ku creative arts naddala music industry. Ne tusalawo ffe nga Next Media nti products zaffe oba properties zaffe zonna zigenda tandika okuba 75% local music on NBS, 90% local music on Sanyuka. Ate nga waliwo n'empya gye tugenda okuggulawo. This is definitely going to make a very big difference, and being market leaders, others will follow. This is a win. Era mbadde njala tukigabanira wamu, tusanyukire wamu, tukikubire mu ngalo wamu. And there will be an official position naye wano mbabbira ku bibuuzo. Then ekirala, to make that simple, tujja kukola yo okay, so why am I coming out here? And I just wanted to come and give us a heads up. Wano mu group zino zonna ngenda kaweza mu group zonna zendimweza uma. There's like 10 groups, committees, executive assistants, my member, ne barebo bonna. So I'm going to share this voice note wonna. I believe that it's about time that we talk, both sides. I am calling out to the elders. You guys know who you are. Let's convene. Tutule tuogere. Then abana to extending a hand in nabo tuogere nabo. We're not enemies of each other. But tumala okwogera kucha getting together, then tuogere ku kintu ekyokulonda, which is not very far. Nenga nakyo kirina okwogerwako. Somehow there's been either a deliberate or just not knowing the timing of it, silence on elections. Nenga okulonda mukuteesa okwange ne mukulooza okwange kubeerewo, kulina okubeerawo. And that to be very intentional and deliberate in who we vote. Tulonda abantu abajja okujja bongere okulumirwa, okunyumirwa, okuteekawo omubiri for the industry. Let's be very intentional and deliberate in how we vote, so that we see our industry continue to flourish and continue to grow. Kuteesa okwange n'okulowooza okwange. This might not probably be a very popular move mu ndowooza z'abantu abamu, naye mbadde nsaba tubeere open-minded. Let's talk about it, let's discuss it. Katulabe ki kye tusobola. I'm sure there is something that can be done. I'm calling out to the elders, to the leaders, both sides, tufune engeri gye tugetinga together, tufune a common position, and we move forward. Fena tuli bantu bakulu, fena tuli bakozi, twewe ebitiibwa. So let's get on the table and talk about these things, because we have a lot of good things going for us, and bino byonna bivuddira mu kulwana okwaffe, mu kusika emigwa, mu kukola kimwe tujje bino. We have a good partner that we can fully exploit, naye nga twetaaga okubeera together. And I'm talking about microfinance. There's so many things that they want to be able to do with us. There's monies that they promised this money has not come yet. Ekyo nkyogera nga nze chairman wa SACCO, sente ezo sinaziraba naye nga manyi twazoogerako gye ziri, but it's probably a matter of time. So nga bwe mbadde ka disclaimer nti musaasira akantu kayinza okuba kawanvuye naye nga kalina omulamwa. So let's talk about this. Let's not shy away from it. Ate tuleme tetukisikaasika ate kukiteekamu nnyo saakanya, twogere ebintu ebiri seriousness, ebiri solid ku bino byenjogera. Bw'oba ggwe ng'oyaga kukiteekamu okusaakanya, please don't just keep that with you. But if you have a solid serious contribution, let's hear you out. Let's utilize and exploit these networks zetulina WhatsApp. Let's talk tuogere. COVID doesn't allow us buli ssaawa kubanga tusobola okumeetinga mu kibiina ekinene, but here we can. Share your thoughts. Mukama bampeera omukisa. Mbaagala nnyo ne industry yaffe njagala nnyo, njirumirwa nnyo, njinyumirwa nnyo.
All right, very nice. So that's from my brother Isaac Ruchi, founder Limit X. Everybody batukana ne Swahili Nations at that time, but it's just that for them they were Christian band, and these guys were on the other side.
Yeah.
But his thoughts, I think, are very powerful. I had an interaction with him after receiving that audio. And of course, I shared with him the state of the culture in Uganda. This is really great, dope stuff. We have a beginning. I would love to see the state of the culture. It's my vision, it's my dream. Every Friday at 4 p.m. syndicated across the entire nation. For example, would that hurt?
No.
On their television of choice. You understand? That is how powerful we can become. But yes, Ndegala Bebaza for watching today, and I want to give a special thanks to my elder here, Joseph Bate. Thank you for coming and honoring the invitation. And we're looking forward to making you a regular. Please. Baba Luku, salute, my brother. And of course, Kasule Daniels.
Yes, sir.
Nashukuru sana, asante sana. Okay? You've been good viewers. In the words of Kasule Daniels, the state of the culture is the state of your
Mind.
Kill them all, similes, syllables, killing beats, syllabars, fake fans, still in awe, still a floor, stash it at the top of what the ceiling for. Was married to the game and we got divorced, but I'm still involved. Still a skill evolves of the revolutionary, on whom the culture still revolves, blast like when still revolves. Bring enough feet and make titanium still dissolve. I'm still a small problem, the few, if any, you built to solve.
STV Select for Fun.
Hey babies, are you ready for the fun, adventure, and games? Do not forget to tune in to STV every Sunday, not to miss out on the Smart Kids episode.